When it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home, I think we should all accept at this point that it's all being done very last minute, very seat of their pants. I mean, there are a couple of weird things about this trailer event, right? Like, for instance, why wouldn't you hold it last week with it, or like before Eternals came out or right after Eternals came out, right? Why are they doing it so close to Ghostbusters? I think they don't want to do it Thanksgiving week, but maybe I think they just recently decided not to push the movie, to be honest with you, because the timing on this is really wonky. It's particularly bad for Sony's two other movies, Ghostbusters Afterlife and Resident Evil, which are totally getting eclipsed by Friendly Fire from the studio. Now, was the trailer event, was the trailer always going to debut online at the same time? Well, you know what would have made that very clear? If they'd announced it on Saturday. I think if this was a very well-planned event with a lot of lead time, they clearly would have said on Saturday, we're going to live stream the whole thing. No one, they don't even know if they're live streaming it on tomorrow night. They would have said, we're live streaming the whole event so that everyone can watch, and only people in LA will have the benefit of actually being there, but everyone will get to have the same experience, right? They should have said, we're going to definitely live stream it, and then we're going to debut the trailer. It'll be a global premiere. And, it will be the trailer launch for the global premiere of the trailer. That's what they should have put in there. And I think that there wouldn't be all these questions. Why are there so many questions around this movie? It's nuts. It's nuts. I think that Sony is constantly weighing their options with this movie. Can they push it? Can they play the trailer exclusively with Ghostbusters? And I think they saw how angry everybody got over the weekend and were like, yeah, it's going to turn the trailer launch event into something negative, because people are going to be frustrated that they're not there. So let's make sure it stays positive. And that's, again, I think I would absolutely love for the trailer launch event to be live streamed to everyone. And then and then of course, as they reveal now, debut the trailer. And I don't know if it's going to drop at the beginning of the event or at the end of the event. So it's going to drop probably anywhere within the hour time frame of when the premiere, when the launch event starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in Los Angeles. Now, also, I see some people, because this is frustrating to me, so I'm sharing this because it's part of the same story and the same craziness. This multiverse stuff is just nuts. I don't know why everybody's just getting so particularly worked up about multiverse movies. But I see some are now trying to claim that the Doctor Strange 2 significant reshoots that I reported first are just to add cameos, which, by the way, I also reported first that they were adding significant cameos to the movie. So you already knew that they were doing significant reshoots, and you knew that part of that was for cameos. But so some scoopers are trying to spin it and say, oh, everything's awesome, but they're just adding cameos because those actors weren't available before due to COVID. Look, nobody does reshoots for 6 days a week for over a month. As the Hollywood Reporter detailed, that's information they added when they confirmed my scoop late last week, just to add cameos. The film tested poorly, but I do believe, Rogue One had a lot of problems, and Rogue One became, I think, many of our favorite Star Wars films, certainly of the new ones. So I think that the film is not doomed, but I'm just telling you what's going on. All right, as far as where it was screened, so there wouldn't be leaks. Well, there's so many leaks, but so to kind of like limit the leaks, what they do is they film it not just for Marvel employees, but for Disney employees across the company who have some skin in the game because they work for the mouse. But they get them from different departments, different branches, so that they're very honest. They don't have too much skin in the game. So that's what happened there. All right, now back to Spider-Man No Way Home. I also see there's a big headline. Like, it's crazy. Like, everyone's losing their mind that the UK is going to get the movie on the 15th. Tons of countries are getting Spider-Man No Way Home on the 15th. And that's usually what happens. Europe usually, and a couple of other countries, usually get movies 1 or 2 days before the United States. And the same thing's happening here. The United States is actually one of the last groups of countries to get the movie because it's basically opening in quick succession on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. You're just going to have to avoid spoilers. There's just nothing you can do about it, and it's always been the case. But this movie is something special. I think it's probably going to want to silence the internet if you haven't already on Spider-Man No Way Home the week of. Like, there are a couple even little teases about, rumors about what's going to be in this new trailer, but I feel like we're crossing a line where it's like, if I tell you what's going to be in the trailer, it's not going to rob you of the fun of the experience of seeing it. It's just getting nuts. So yeah, Sony's going for it. They're going to release this movie. Again, I heard the VFX team is working 7 days a week to finish in time, 6 days a week on Doctor Strange. These are bad work hours for movies. This is the whole reason that IATSE is renegotiating their contract, because this is abnormal work hours. And there's proof right here. They're upgrading footage that's already been released. That's the level, that's the point where they are working on the film. I also heard that just last week, as of last week, the movie still doesn't have a set review date with the MPAA for a rating. It's not rated yet, and they don't even have an appointment to get it rated, which is very unusual, I heard. So again, it's very last minute. But Sony probably knows they probably have one of the hottest movies of all time on their hands. They do. And perhaps they feel a delay could not only take the wind out of their sails, but also at the rate we're going, again, the whole movie could be leaked by then. So they're just like, let's just pull this ripcord. And I mean, I'm sure they're not appreciating all the craziness online either. I'm sure it's driving them absolutely nuts. And Black Widow had some just awful VFX work in it, and that didn't seem to affect its box office at all. So let's go. Now, since Sony's UK Twitter account, again, why don't they specify the time drop of the trailer? Like, there's just so many questions. It's like, make things very clear like when they first said the trailer was gonna debut tomorrow, they did it at 12. So trailer drop times are 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually 10 a.m. or noon. Any time between 9 and noon Eastern Standard Time is the trailer drop window, like 9 times out of 10. But so that's why at first I was like, are they going to drop it earlier? And then the launch event will just be enjoying maybe some special surprises, like a little party, like an after party. It just wasn't made clear enough. But thankfully, the UK Twitter account from Sony specified Wednesday. So that means it will drop during the event because it'll already be past midnight on the other side of the globe by the time they have that event in Los Angeles on Tuesday night. It would be great if the event were live streamed. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll say they always plan to have. I don't think so. I think they said they weren't sure what they were going to do with video filming, but hopefully they'll come to their senses and live stream it. And this again, all very last minute. So I think things are in flux, which means will tickets go on sale tomorrow? Again, I heard over the weekend, November 29th. I heard it from 2 different sources, but they could change it and put it till tomorrow, but I really feel November 29th. It makes sense. So that might be the date that Sony was considering, but now they might be like, F it, just release the tickets when we do this event tomorrow. Because here's why the 29th is a good idea. It's the Monday after Thanksgiving, and that would give moviegoers time to focus on spending money on Ghostbusters Afterlife and Resident Evil, which are 2 Sony movies. It would be crazy for Sony to say, hey, go spend your money mentally. Not only are you going to be spending it, but you're going to be making a purchase. So maybe you won't want to make another purchase for another movie that's coming out sooner for Spider-Man No Way Home right now, when they have 2 other movies they need to sell you on. So I really feel that November 29th is the right date to put tickets on sale. They're not going to have a problem selling tickets here. So it makes, not only did I hear that from 2 sources, but it makes perfect sense. But they might just throw up their hands up in the air and be like, fine, whatever, go buy tickets now. All right, and we got this new poster, which is also slapped together. It's kind of new. They photoshopped in the same Doc Ock arms and Green Goblin from the first poster. He's not even doing anything different. I see another Electro nod. Again, note the change to comics accurate Yellow Lightning, which I think we all appreciate. No Sandman here. I did see one of you at least wondering if Doc Ock might be the main villain because he's so central to the ad campaign so far, but I think that's just because Alfred Molina already spoiled that he's in the movie, so they're like, that's already out there, so we'll just do that. He's also a fantastic character. But what I heard, again, is that Green Goblin is the one running the show on the villain side of the thing within the actual movie. Not to say Doc Ock won't have a substantial role, but I don't believe he's the leader. But that's again why I think he's the focus in the poster so far. Always nice to see Benny C as Doctor Strange, who seems to be the theme of this poster with the background reflecting his, his world. That Doctor Strange wig, though, is really bad. I really wish they would fix it. They have the money. They have the money to give him the wig. It's like Hugh Jackman. He didn't wear a wig. Just, paint in the sideburns and let's just do this. The wig looks bad. And yeah, the poster's not great. I do like the clouds reflected in Tom Holland's Iron Spider suit, though. I think that's a nice touch. I wish something else was reflected in there, like a villain. I would have loved to have seen Green Goblin's face in his mask, but I don't know who's back there. But as many of you were pointing out, the Far From Home posters were also pretty bad as well. I liked the Homecoming posters, though. I just want character posters for this movie, though. They're going to be insane, and I wonder when we get them. Will it be after the movie comes out? That'd be crazy. So are you excited for tomorrow? I mean, again, there's rumors about what's in the trailer, but I think we should just enjoy it. We should just let it wash over us and experience it how Sony wants us to. Tune in here for complete coverage, including at the very least a reaction and breakdown. We'll see if there's anything else to discuss. Will you be staying up if this is an inconvenient time zone for you, right? With it's 5 p.m., between 5 and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow night. And do you think tickets will go on sale? Do you think Sony will be like, just put them out there, just do it already? Because it will be basically a month before the movie hits. But again, what about Ghostbusters Afterlife and Resident Evil? Sucks for those movies. And Ghostbusters is quite good. Although some argue that should have come out around Halloween, which I think is probably accurate. But we'll see. Share your thoughts down below. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.